Hello, I'm Dave Smucker, founder and owner of Smucker Exteriors. Me and my brother are in business together. We have 20 years of experience in the industry. We do roofing, siding, gutters, windows, and doors. We're based out of Lancaster County in Kinzers, PA. Today we have a job site in Kennett Square, PA. The house behind me here, the homeowner wants a new roof. They also want new siding. We got some doors, front and back, and some windows. And also 2 sections of the stone that we're putting on. Why don't you come and take a look? All right, let's talk about windows here a second. Here we got a new construction window. We're pulling the old window out, and we're gonna be putting a new window back in. So here we got the house wrap. Then we install the sill flashing. That makes everything watertight. And we put the caulk around the outside that hits this flange here, makes everything airtight. So then what we'll do is we'll put the 6-inch window tape all the way around the flange. That makes everything airtight as well. So we do all these steps to make all the windows energy efficient for long term.
Hey guys, I'm Brandon with Smucker Exteriors, and I'm going to be talking to you about the transition from a stucco finish on this house to this new fiber cement James Hardie siding. So when we transition a house from stucco to fiber cement siding, we actually use a 2-step process, and the reason for that is with stucco finishes, a lot of times there's moisture that accumulates behind the stucco, and that moisture seeps into the house and actually starts to cause structural damage. So this 2-step process that we use will actually prevent future water damage for this house. So what you can see here is this hydro gap house wrap. So this goes on before the siding, and it has these awesome little beads all throughout it. What that does is any moisture that accumulates will actually be channeled by these beads down away from the house. So this hydro gap wrap will actually protect the house from moisture and water damage, because with a fiber cement siding, any fiber cement product, you have the potential to have a little bit of moisture. This James Hardie fiber cement siding is a very popular siding choice for our customers. So you can see here, it actually has textured finish, and this is the cedar mill textured finish. So this is actually designed to look like a cedar lap siding, but it's made out of fiber cement. So you can see how it just kind of fits right over the piece below it. And so we just kind of stack this all the way up the house, and that creates a lot of water runoff here. But for anything that could get in the back, in behind it, we have this hydro gap house wrap that protects the house from that moisture. So another thing I want to talk to you guys about real quick and show you here on this house with our James Hardie siding installation is any pipe that comes out of the house, hot or cold, what we do is we actually box it in with this exterior material, this trim material called AZAC. We use this same material to trim all of our exterior doors and windows. And so what this does, when we box it in like this and put some flashing on, that actually protects the siding from any condensation that'll accumulate on this pipe as it's just being used by the homeowner. So this protects that siding, and that's a James Hardie specification for installation that we hold to with Smuckers. Another thing I want you guys to see with this James Hardie fiber cement siding installation is this trim piece that we put on. Now we do this on the roof and on any hard surface on the ground. What this 2-inch AZAC trim piece does is it prevents any moisture from getting wicked up into this siding. So if this piece isn't here, and we run the siding all the way down to the patio, over the next couple years, what can happen when it rains and when moisture accumulates here on the patio or maybe on the roof, like the siding can actually start to absorb some of that water because the bottom of these pieces are not coated with this paint that protects the front exterior of this siding from absorbing moisture. And with any fiber cement product, you're always going to have that tendency to wick moisture on the edges that aren't coated. So this trim that we install prevents that from happening. So another thing that I want to show you guys that we do with all of our window installations for our customers is we add this extra piece of sill flashing. Now this piece is long, just to show you how it works. We actually trim it a little bit shorter for the final installation, but what we do is we run our siding up underneath this extra sill flashing. So what that does is that ensures that any moisture that could possibly accumulate up under the window or the windowsill runs down and onto the front of the siding. That keeps it off the house and away from creating any water damage. Another thing I want you guys to see is these kick-out flashings. Now they're actually up here at the corner of the roof intersection and the gutter. Now, whenever we do a fiber cement installation, where any of the siding that's fiber cement, we install these kick-out flashings. And what they're gonna do is they're gonna take all the water and channel it away from this seam here and into the gutters. And what we see on a lot of houses when we don't have this is that we end up with a lot of water damage back here in the corner because all the water runs down and it gets behind the siding and it causes all kinds of problems. So these kick-out flashings prevent that, and they keep all that water going into the gutter where we want it, draining down and away from the house. Smucker's is a state certified roofing contractor, and for this house, we installed a brand new roof. Now we used CertainTeed roofing products and shingles, and the customer chose landmark shingles from CertainTeed to be installed on their roof. And when everything was all said and done, they were very satisfied. So now we're out here on the front of the house, and this homeowner has decided to install a stone veneer finish on this part of the house. What we've done is we've used that same HydroGap house wrap underneath all of this, just like under all the James Hardie siding, to add that extra layer of protection. What we've installed next is this black rain screen. If you can see on this piece here that I have, it actually has all these wire screens underneath it. That helps to drain any moisture or any water off that could get underneath the stone veneer and just drain it down to the edge. And down at the bottom of this installation, we have something called a weep screen, and that's a little edge that actually will channel the water that's coming down out and away from the foundation of the house. Next is this metal mesh, this wire screen that we have on. This is what the scratch mortar will actually attach to, and then the stone will sit in that mortar. So this holds that mortar and that stone in place. So this gets put on over all of the rain screen. Well, Dave, here we are. We wrapped this project up in Kennett Square, PA. We got a lot of work done. It took about a month. Why don't you just remind us real quick of the stuff we were able to do for this homeowner?
Yeah, sure. So here we did we got a new roof, siding, windows, gutters. We did the fascia and soffit, removed the stucco from the house here. So
yeah, and we had to replace the stucco with new fiber cement siding because of the water damage, and that's a really common thing in Pennsylvania. Because of the climate, moisture gets behind that stucco, and we replaced all of that. So if people want to get in touch with us to talk about work for their home, what's the best way for them to do that?
Yes, so the best way to reach us is go to our website or call our phone number 717-355-9368.
Yeah, that's great. Guys, thanks for watching. This was a great project. Glad we got it done.
Thank you.